haven't seen one today. I've got Chris standing over there keeping an eye out, and she hasn't seen one either. We're fine to fly him, I think. And we can bring him in if needed halfway through the demo. That's not a problem. We should be absolutely fine. So, this isn't the Peregrine's normal hunting time. Peregrines in the coastal areas would normally be hunting at dawn. They would be quite happily tucked away on their cliff face or their cathedrals during the day. And Galapagos here is hopefully going to do a little bit of flying. We've got a nice bit of wind, which is good. It's not that bright and sunny, but never mind, we'll have to go with one or the other. A good Falcon flying day is a really good washing day. What you want is a nice stiff breeze, but a nice warm bit of weather. So we've got one of those at the very least, so we should be able to do a little bit of work. Now, Galapagos here is a 2.5-year-old Tersel peregrine, and that just means that he's a male. The reason we call him a Tersel is because he is a third smaller than the females. So he would be normally going out looking to catch your pigeon-sized prey, maybe a duck if he was having a good day, but pigeon-sized prey definitely. And then your females are going to be going out eating pigeons, no problem, ducks when they feel like it, and on occasion may be able to take a goose as well. There's some oohs from the audience. Yes, they will take goose. Henry VIII used to hunt 2 female peregrine falcons on swan. So they're quite powerful, they hit quite hard. They get the nickname, and they definitely did in the medieval days, they get the nickname the executioner's bird, because they often decapitate a pigeon when they hit it, which I think is excellent. So I'm going to fly him now for you. He's come out with a hood on. That's just to give me a chance of getting all the equipment out of the way, getting myself ready, taking the jesses off his legs, getting a tracking device on his back, and he was waiting in the wings, if you'll excuse the pun, over there, getting ready to fly. So that keeps him nice and calm. Same as blinkers on a horse, it just hoodwinks the bird, keeps everything out of sight, out of mind. But he does need to see where he's going. He's good, but he's not that good. So we get the hood off. We open up the light.
See now.
We let him sit down on the perch, and we always let him have a little look around first. I'm never going to make a bird do something they don't want to do. It's always going to be his decision whether he flies or not. Obviously yes is the answer to that one. And so we'll get some dinner out for him. Now, he is a bird that in the wild would catch birds. So he needs a bird to chase in order to successfully start hunting. And so today's lure that he's going to be having is a magpie lure. It's a set of magpie wings that the magpie no longer needs, with some beef tied to it. So he's got some feathers to try and catch hold of. If you duck, I'm just going to aim at you again. He's got some feathers to chase and then some beef to eat once he's caught it as his prize. And you'll notice that he's going out, he's trying to use a little bit of the wind, and he's trying to get a little bit of height. Now the reason for that is peregrines are very streamlined birds, especially when they're diving from above. And that is essentially their goal. They want to gain a little bit of height to gain a little bit of speed. And peregrines are the fastest living thing on the planet. Their normal diving speed is going to be anywhere between 80 and 100 miles an hour. But they can go quicker than that. The fastest that we've ever recorded them going was 248 miles an hour. Nice dive there, good man. But that was completely artificial circumstances. That was taking one up in a hot air balloon and allowing it to dive straight down. Now when he dives, he's not going to do it in a straight line because he can't steer, he can't see that pigeon very well. He needs to ideally attack it from the side. Up again? No, chicken. But you did see that lovely little throw up. He got right above me, just started to fold his wings in, but didn't manage to really do a proper teardrop stoop. And the reason he didn't do that is because he's way, way too close to the ground. Now a lot of peregrine falcons when they're young will fledge the nest and they will die. And the reason they'll die...
Whoa, there he goes.
Oh, you got a backflip in there as well. It is by hitting the ground or hitting the water. And it's a very, very difficult environment. It's a very, very difficult method of flying. You can see he's coming very, very close to the ground, but never in a dive. He always pulls up early enough that he's not going to hit the ground. And that is a lesson that young peregrines need to learn very, very quickly in order to survive. Because it is a really, really harsh world out there for them. Now, 70% of the time, a peregrine is going to miss their dinner when they try and chase it. And so putting all of this energy into flying is quite a lot of work. Normally in the wild, he would have had 2, maybe 3 goes at catching this magpie lure, and then he would have given up. And the reason he would have given up is because if it's beating you again and again, give up, it's going to keep outwitting you, it's probably have got to a tree by then, and you don't want to waste your energy. But with Galapagos, he knows 100% of the time, this lure is his, he always catches it, he always gets the lure, and so he's happy to carry on and put a lot more effort in. Very nice. A lot more effort in than normal. And you can see he's doing different things. He's not being boring. He's trying to catch this with absolutely all his might. And the reason for that is, although today I'm doing lots of different flights with him, I'm getting him really working, I don't do that every day. Because if I did that every day, he'd get way bored of this, and he'd go and find something else to catch. So sometimes we come out here, and I let him win. Because he needs to think that he can beat me. Because if he thinks, do you know what, I've never caught this, it always gets given to me, then actually it's not really worth it. It's not worth the effort. And so, sometimes we give him an easy day, sometimes we fly him 3 times a day. It all depends. We mix it up as much as we can so that you get this really, really intense style of flying. It's not a trick. It's not him performing. All he's doing is he is flying in an absolutely natural way, just in the middle of Chroma Carnival. He's not doing anything differently than if he was chasing a pigeon, other than putting a bit more effort in. Now, I don't know if you'd agree with me. I think he's done quite a good job. I'm most certainly out of breath. He could absolutely do this for another 5 minutes, but I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. There's a good old time-honoured tradition in falconry of that. So we'll let him hit it.
Hey.
We'll let him let go, and then he'll come round for a nice gentle landing and pop down there. Thank you very much. I think he probably deserves a round of applause as well, though. So, the Peregrine Falcon is a British bird. They are the fastest thing on the planet. He came down, he hit that lure hard, but he let it go. And that's a very important feature, because if he hits it and he grabs hold of it, heading downwards, holding onto a pigeon that weighs the same as him, if not more, he's going to hit the ground hard. So he hits it, takes his head off, knocks it out, does some damage to it, and comes around for a very gentle, graceful landing. And then he's sitting there, he's having a bit of a pant. That's not really because he's unfit and he's trying to recover, it's more because he's hot. The rain's coming in, so it's a little bit humid today, and so he's trying to cool himself down as quickly as possible. He's got both feet on that lure, grabbing hold of it, he's going down, he's eating that meat over and over again, but keeping an eye. Every single bite he takes, he looks up and he looks around every time, just to make sure he's safe, because he's sitting in the middle of an arena at the moment. I then have to do a nice fair exchange. I offer him some quail, I never steal from the birds, and then he'll come up on my glove quite happily. Now, again, I don't know if this is just me, but it sounded like you enjoyed yourselves. He did pretty darn good, to be honest. I flew him yesterday and I thought he was really good. That was better. So you got the best demo he's done probably this month, if not last month as well. We've got some birds just behind the sheep show. Come and have a look at them. We do experience days back at our centre in Wisbech where you can come along, you can pop a glove on, you can hold and fly 1 or 2 of the birds with us. We also, if you're looking for another day out at the end of the week, have an open day on Sunday where you can come in, you can see horse riding, jousting, archery, we've got gin, cakes, quizzes, prizes, all sorts of really cool stuff. So come see us, get yourself a half-price experience day. Thank you very much, and I'll be back again at 3:30 with some different birds.